All right. Hey, church family. It is August, and COVID is still very much with us and forcing us to all adapt to new routines and realities in our everyday lives. We've had to figure out how to work differently, how to educate differently, how to socialize differently, and on and on and on. Literally, we've all had to learn how to live differently. The same holds true for the church. With the current impact and fallout of COVID-related, restrictions, here at the church, we have had to learn to work our approach of two congregations kind of back together as one again. As a church, we're learning to live differently again right now. Our elder responsibilities, our staff roles, potential strategies, everything is having to be retooled to make sure that regardless of the challenges that are brought to us through something like COVID, we are still fundamentally moving forward in the mission that God has for His church, to make disciples of Jesus, to equip the saints for the work of the ministry, to grow together in a deeper enjoyment and delight in God's grace, and to see people from our neighborhood all the way to the furthest nations come to a saving faith in Christ. That mission has not changed since Jesus handed it down to His disciples. So, you and I can be comforted. We can be comforted in knowing that regardless of what plans or strategies we make or have made before, God is ultimately the one who is always ordering our steps. He wasn't surprised by COVID. He isn't thrown off by COVID. And He has things in store for us through this present challenge that are for His glory and our joy, even if we can't quite see them right now. We just have to be receptive. Kind of like Paul. When Paul had made plans to go in a particular direction to preach the gospel, and God said, nope, I want you to go that way, not that way. So right now, here in the church, we're praying and asking the Lord to help clarify for us what the next best step is in each of our ministries for the church right now. We can't even begin to predict what the future is going to hold. But we know and we take tremendous comfort in knowing that we are submitted in all that we do to the very one who does know what lies ahead. So, here at the church, we're going to keep making plans and we're going to keep laying out strategies and we're going to do it in pencil, knowing that it's the Lord and His direction that is ultimately going to order our steps. So, as we are working through and praying and planning and working through what it may mean to do things like possibly add a second service on a Sunday, to possibly make adjustments to equip classes and their various offerings and how we can do it, the trainings that we can do, we're going to remain comfortably in the land of the uncomfortable tension between being courageous and compliant, being eager and at the same time being reasonable, remaining faithful to what God has clearly called the church to, and yet creative in how we may be able to see it actually happen. And in the meantime, we are still going to gather every single Sunday online and here physically with as many in person as we can, while we work to remain compliant with the current advisories and yet moving forward in what's possible. So just for your own reminder, don't wait until Saturday night to try and register for Sunday morning. Sunday morning registration opens up on Monday, the very next day. So be sure to register as early as possible. And let me say this, if you are planning to join us online on Sunday, if you go to redemptionhill.com to join in on the service, you're going to have access to an online experience that will allow you to ask questions in real time, submit prayer requests, to even have a group leader pray for you. If that's the kind of thing that would interest you, then join us online from redemptionhill.com. I'll let you know that with that is a great way to invite your friends and your neighbors to join us on Sunday. there online. There's a space for them to fill out a digital connection card, for us to be able to follow up with them, try to connect with them during this. There's space there for them to ask questions and engage, all from the comfortable safety of their own home where they're watching it. So that may be something you might be interested in. Also, I can't stress enough, please make every effort to join us on Wednesday night for our time of corporate prayer. The investment that time is in the well-being of our hearts collectively and individually is worth any sacrifice that it requires to actually make being present happen. Church family, I love you. I wouldn't want to be in this season with anyone else. I think with Jesus and with you guys, I think we're going to be okay. I love you. I'll see you guys soon.